Hello and welcome to a short introduction to Matukio 4. Since our last video, Matukio has evolved and has got many new features, and in this video I'm going to show you some of them. First, you're going to notice about Matukio 4 is a rewritten and improved backend. Let's start there. So we have a new version here, Matukio 4.2 in this case. As you can see, it's a completely different Joomla template, bringing a modern Bootstrap 3 backend solution, including support for mobile devices, tablets, and so on. Let's start with the Events Management menu tab. As you can see, left is a nice greeting. It uses Gravatar to identify the users. You can search for menu points and some other details here, and the menu is now split in submenus. The menu just got way too big from Joomla 2.5 and already got down most of the way to Joomla 3.3, so this is a new design. Let's start with the events overview. One of the big features of Matukio 3.1 were recurring events. Because of that, now events are divided in that view and in the dates view. But we're going to come to that soon. As you can see, we have that new Bootstrap layout, new buttons. It now perfectly fits the screen. It's mobile optimized and so on. I'm going to show you some things more about that. And we have a complete new event edit form. As you can see, here are now tabs and no longer sliders. And we have new tooltips. As you can see, we have a new validation. For example, if I delete that, you see this file is required and I have to fill that number out. We have a new ordering of that fields. The clue is now all fields you need creating an event are here, and these settings just comply it. So basically, if you have a free and easy event, just fill out these fields and you're ready to deploy. Next step is the dates view. Here are some of the functions you know from the events view. We have now the bookings here, we have the status, available, booking, and so on. We have a begin here and we have an end here. That's because every event can have multiple dates with their own bookings, with their own status, with their own ratings, of course, hits, published, and so on. That's the reason it's divided between events and dates. Every event, even one with only a single event, has a date. So when you create an event, automatically a date is created here for you. We're going to come back to that section a bit later. You will see how it works and integrates into the current Matukio system. Next comes the all new bookings view, and as you can see, we have a new feature here, Invoices. Invoices directly integrated into the backend, into the emails, and many more. And in the new booking details page in the front end. I'm going to show you that a bit later. Even the workflow for editing bookings is completely new. You can now choose if participant should be notified, so get an email after you edit that, or get an updated invoice. You have some nice information. First the booking IDs and the tag, then the total amount and what he has to pay and so on. All informations at your hand. As you can see, we took much effort in improving the interface, and the usability should be now much more easy to edit and manage your bookings. We divided the sections into these different menu types, so if you search for coupons, you just find them under payment and so on. So we have much more space for nice things which are going to come. Everything is now bootstrapped, everything is now optimized for mobile. See, if we were on a tablet, that one you have a button, maybe you know that from some other online sites, to hide that menu. This one would be on the bottom and not on the right, so everything optimized from mobile devices and so on. We have now our ECS file import, we have an updated settings view, also in tabs now with a completely new layout, new tooltips. We improved the usability everywhere. But let's start with some of the new core features. One of the most important is recurring events. Recurring events is a long-awaited feature. It took us a lot of effort to write that right, and it makes Matukio one of the best Joomla event solutions. Let's start. If you want to create a repeating event, you can just go to the events view and we just click on new. We just give a title here, choose a category, and yeah, we can let's update that way. So this one is a button that matches. We just click on yes, recurring events, and as you can see, that little menu pops up. Now we can choose if we want to repeat the event daily. So let's say in the next 20 days, every day the event, we just would choose that and go to generate dates, but that's too simple. So we can say we want it weekly, every week on, let's say, Monday and Wednesday. Or we can also say we want it monthly, let's say in the first week, in the third week, every Tuesday. No problem with Matukio. Or we can say went yearly, that would be every year at the same day, so 9th June 2015, 16, 17 and so on. Let's make an example with weekly events. Let's choose Mondays and Fridays. Repeat count 20 for each. So if you select multiple days or multiple weeks, it's always per entry. So in this case, there will be a full amount of 40 generated events. If you don't want to use a number, a count, just type the date here. Let's say we want events until 2016, and it will also generate your dates based on that. Best thing is you can also just edit them manually. So let's start, generate dates, and here we are. As you can see, begin is on. Our begin here is the start, and we have 40 dates generated. When you go over that items, you can click here and remove them easily, or you can just add a new one. Let's say we want one in 2016. We just type that here, hit enter, and we have a new event date here. Totally easy, totally hands-on. If you're ready, you have your event set up. You can also type them all manually if you want. We need a brief description. We stay with custom locations, or we can take a prepared one. As you can see now, the optional custom location field is hidden when you choose one. We choose an organizer. We say we have max participants 100 and just allow some more places to book. Rest is as always. We can set up tax rates, different fees, a tutor, and so on. As you know, nothing new here. You can set a large description with our editor and so on. Nothing changed right here. We can set up additional additional event-specific booking fields, files, overrides, and so much more. So let's go with it. We save that. We save and close it. And you can see here is it like always. We have just one event here with a nice notification recurring. Let's take a look. Where are our 40 generated dates? They are here. Take a look at this. These are all uniquely generated events with an own event number, with an own ID number, with own begin, end, and with own bookings, hits, with an own status, and so on. So you easily can set up multiple independent dates for an event. Let's take a look at the event editor. Let's just open it. We have kept it very simple. In this, you just select the event, pick an event number, set the date, end, and the closing date. You can set a number of hits, just choose published, and here you are. Your event, your date for your event is ready. So let's switch to the front end and see what we've got there. As you can see, I've made some old normal default events, as you know. So when I refresh the page now, you can see we got all the recurring events as single entries here. And you can use them like that. So we go to the details page to see, that was the first one with that date. You see how many places are bookable, you see that nice map, you can contact the organizer and you can book it. That's recurring events. If you book that event, let's do that for a sample. Let's generate one. We have one normal ticket. Let's accept the bookings. To this page I come a bit later. This is a new booking details page. It's an awesome center for your users where they can edit their booking, take a look at it, change it, cancel it, download the calendar file, and so on. I'm going to come back a bit later. Let's see what happened here in the backend. Just refresh the page, and as you can see, we have now one single booking. And the status is participation as assured. As you can see, these dates have their own booking details, their own event ID, so you can easily separate them between each other. Let's take a look at the status. For that we change the wind a bit slightly, or so we go back to recurring events. As long as you don't change anything here, So as long as you don't do that or something, or type nice new things in it and hide generate events, the old dates are not touched. If you hit that and generate new ones, all old dates are deleted and you generate new ones. So please think on that before hitting that button. So you need to cancel now, and we go back and we just change the fees. As long as you change anything else, texts and etc., you have no problem. Only when you change these settings and generate new dates, that will change all your events and that things. So I just added a fee to the booking, so let's go back and make another booking, maybe here. Let's fill out that, and we take one normal ticket and one children ticket. Now the difference is, let's for example choose bank transfer. Bank transfer is an offline payment method, and with Matukio 4 we have now a booking status. Booking status is calculated differently on the current behavior. Let's say you have a free event, somebody books it, the booking status is in default active. Let's say you have a paid event with, for example, bank transfer, PayPal. Now someone pays with PayPal here directly after the booking on the PayPal page redirect. The status is then automatically set to paid. The payment status is set to paid, and the status is changed to active. If you now don't pay or have an offline payment like bank transfer, the booking status is pending. So as long as the booker has not paid, the seat is not reserved. So if you have let's say you have 30 places and the user only takes a place if the event is free, he paid, you marked him paid, you marked him active, or you have a setting for always active. That's the only moments when a booking is active. So let's take a look here. Here's our bank transfer. I have no data in here. And as you can see, your payment is pending. Thank you for your booking. And let's see at the booking details, we see our booking status is pending because my payment status is outstanding. So let's take a look at that in the backend. I made that booking here, and let's take a look at that. Here we see the status pending. We can now change that to participation assured active, we can change it to deleted and so on. Let's say our user paid. We set that one to participation assured, just let them in, and now the user gets automatically notified about that his booking is active and a seat is reserved for him. If you don't want to notify him, just uncheck this too. As you can see, your booking was updated by the organizer, your booking is now active, and your places are received with the typical booking details. That's what the user gets automatically after that. So now the user takes the place. Let's set it back to pending and take a look at the front end. We go to the event list And as you can see, the user does not take a single place. There are still 100 places bookable as long as the user status is pending. Let's change that again to assured. And as you can see, now 2 seats less are bookable. That's a new way Matukio 4 is working. If you don't like that, we have a setting for that. Just set booking always to active and you don't have to handle that. That's a nice way to implement automatic user activation, booking activation, etc. If I would have paid with PayPal and the callback of the PayPal page has returned that I really have paid, the booking would also automatically activate it, depending on that. So that's the new booking status. You can always see this booking status also here. The user can also see it in the front end in its own area. There are 4 major statuses: pending, participation assured, waitlist, deleted, archived, no space available. Next, as you have already seen, we have a new invoice generation inbuilt into Matukio. If you want, you can automatically send that invoice to the user. Send email invoice. If this is set to yes, the user automatically gets an email including the PDF invoice with a number generated on your settings and on a template on your settings. Let's take a look at the template. So we just go to the template sections and choose invoice template. As you can see, it's like all the other templates. You use normal HTML and all that noun placeholders in here. For example, we could change that here to Compojoom and our address or text number. You could add your logo here. If you don't like the design, screw it. It's just normal HTML. You can easily change it to your own needs, to your own likings. You can fit it into your corporate layout easily. And we have all that nice and same replacements here now from the other export templates here. For example, mat booking number is replaced through the booking number, payment method through the payment method, and so on. And here you can see he gets his payment status, etc., and his address. So let me show you a generated one on the template. Give me a second. Here we are. That's the invoice I just generated based on the data I just filled out in the front end. As you can see, all these things were replaced by the typical placeholders. We have net total, total, invoice notes, and a simple, nice invoice for the customer. You can not only automatically send that one, but the user can also edit it, change it in the front end. We have made a booking as a not logged in user. That's okay. So for that we have a new placeholder. It's called, let me just reset that. It's called mat booking detail page. So if I fill that out, make just a normal booking, maybe something different here. So let's again take bank transfer, everything else redirects us to another page, and made that booking. As you can see, here we have a unique, here we have a unique site. You can copy that UID, unique ID, and always come back to that site. That unique ID is generated on a random number instruction and is just valid for that one person, for that one booking. And if you are logged in user, you have no problems, you can always go to my bookings. But in our case, we haven't used a Joomla user, so this one, so he has no way to come back over the normal site to that. Because of that, you can now use a placeholder in all your templates, map booking detail page, which is replaced with a, let me show you that. Which is replaced by the link to the details page. So as you can see, totally easily, also for non-Joomla members to edit their booking, download the invoice, ticket, etc. in the booking details page. The user can see here his status, he can see the payment status, how he has to pay his fees when the event begins, the details he has made during the booking. If he sees an error or something, he can edit the booking. He can do that for free events or not paid events. Because the payment would change, so what he has to pay would change. We don't allow that for paid events, paid bookings. So let's just hit edit booking, and as you can see, now he's back to that form with his own unique data, where he can edit everything, change his booking, and as always, just save. Also, the payment plugins are triggered again, so you can also use this button to pay again. So if he hasn't been able to pay with PayPal or some error or some other reason, he just goes to edit booking and can do it again, or he can change his payment methods there also. That's one of the big changes of Matukio 4. You can download his calendar file here, you can print event details, his invoice, his ticket, going to come to that soon. You can edit his booking, cancel his booking, and so on. Next thing which is new is ticket generation. As you can see, we also have a new ticket template here, just a basic one, which is as usually replaced to all your booking and event details. So you can use that to generate a real nice ticket, including QR code, barcodes, and many other things too. Some more to come soon. This ticket can be downloaded from the front end, if allowed. We have a setting, of course, for that. If you don't need tickets, just turn that here off, and there will be no ticket generation and downloading of tickets in the front end. This ticket can also automatically send with the booking confirmation email. It's a PDF attachment, totally easy to generate, and offers a nice way to manage your tickets and offer the users a bit more. With Matukio 3.1 there also came an improved payment management and booking status and new booking statuses. As you have seen, we have now active, inactive bookings and so on. Improved payment management means better callbacks. If a user pays later, the callback is also not notified, for example, by PayPal, and the booking is marked paid and the booking marked active. We have now matching upcoming events organizer and location pages. Let's take a look at that one. Let's go to our example organizer, and as you can see, we now have the sections here, upcoming events with that organizer, and as you can see, you see the next 5 or 3, you can set that events by that one. We have the same for locations, so if you have multiple locations and the user wants to know which locations are coming at that, which events are coming at the location, you just hit the location, and as you can see, you see the next ones here. Very nice addition. If you don't like it, you just can turn it off. It's a setting as always. What also has changed is the calendar. We switched in the front end completely from MooTools to jQuery, enabling is a lot of more new features. We are now using the Bootstrap framework almost everywhere. That means improved tablet and smartphone support and some other nice things. We have a completely rewritten calendar. Let me show that one. This is set. With week view, day view, dates, you can all customize that one to your needs. It's really awesome, nice and easy calendar. And we have not only updated the calendar to jQuery, but also our booking form. As you can see, we have new error reporting, we have new improvements all in that form, we have new error management, we have optimized the load times by a factor of almost 10. So the new form is 10 times faster thanks to jQuery. It's easier to use, it's more user friendly. It offers a lot of other modifications. You're going to like them very much. And the new form also offers now Google Recaptcha support. We not only have our own captcha implementation, but also Google Recaptcha. You can enable it at the security tab. Just hit yes to the Google Recaptcha and set your Recaptcha private and public key here. You can sign up for that on the Recaptcha page. It's one of the best Recaptcha validation systems on the market, so it should drastically improve spam protection. Between that, we have a really lot of awesome new features. It was just a quick overview. I could tell you days of it. We have changed so many things, we improved so many things. We made it so much easier to manage your bookings, to manage your events. We have improved statistics, we have ICSS, calendar import, we have updated templates, we have so many awesome new features you're going to like. We have so many automatically generated things now. With much more to come soon. So that's it. As you can see, we had a lot of changes since our latest video. If you have any questions, just drop us a line if you need assistance or something, or want to see another video. We look forward to hear from you. Thanks for listening. You can grab your copy of Matukio at compojoom.com. Hope to see you soon. Thanks. Bye.